So welcome to today's 1 Million by 1 Million Strategy Roundtable for Entrepreneurs. As you know, the 1 Million by 1 Million program is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million in annual revenue and beyond, build $1 trillion in global GDP and 10 million jobs. Our home is at 1mby1m.com, and we are today, I believe, the only global virtual incubator in the world headquartered in Silicon Valley. This is our 186th mentoring session. So you can imagine nothing goes on for 186 sessions unless there is significant interest and value that the participants are deriving out of it. Recording available after the session, and the recording will be both on our blog as well as on our YouTube channel. I will give you the coordinates in a moment. Now, as far as Twitter is concerned, if you are live tweeting today, please use the hashtag 1M1M. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, we are at 1M by1M and at Sramana. You can follow either of those handles. Our YouTube channel is 1M1M Roundtable. On the channel, you will find lots of things. You'll find recordings of tons and tons and tons of previous roundtables like these. And you will also find a very funny entrepreneur cartoons. They're funny to entrepreneurs. They're not funny to general people. So don't share it with your grandmother. But it is funny for us entrepreneurs. And then we also have 1M1M FAQs, video FAQs on that channel as well. Now, we are going to do a whole bunch of Q&A time today, I hope. We're done with the 3-4 slide presentations. So here are the instructions for calling in. Let us know in public chat that you are planning to call in so that we know to call for you. Then put your computer on mute. The toll number 604793208. The country code is 1 if you're calling from outside the country. Access code is 666137844. Make sure you keep your phone muted until I ask for you. All this is to prevent echoes streaming into the call. So follow these instructions. But other than that, we will be happy to take calls from the audience. So are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So let's see what Smart Soul is. Is that how to say it?
Thank you.
Or
It's Smart Surgery Soul.
Okay. So.
Okay, on go. Good evening to my fellows in Asia and good morning to fellows in US. I am Syed Hassan from Smart Surgery Soul. We provide training tool aid to surgeons to improve their surgical skills for laparoscopy, pinhole surgery, known in common. Next, please. As you can see, the 3 diagrams over here. One is representing open surgery. In contrast to open surgery, in minimally invasive surgery or laparoscopic surgery, surgeon inserts 2 small incisions, and through one incision, surgeon insert a camera and monitor the whole internal anatomy of the patient on a 2 screen and operate the patient internally. And the another new kind of surgery that is known as robotic MIS, in which surgeon hand is being replaced by the robotic arms, and surgeon control those robotic arms. Surgeon console. So what surgeon needs surgeon needs training for these new kind of innovative surgical techniques. We provide them. Next, please. We provide surgical training to laparoscopic surgeons performing robotic surgery, or the surgeons who are still performing general surgery. Please. You can see from the graph, there is an increasing trend in the manual and robotic laparoscopy at a rapid pace of 27% per annum due to the inherent advantages of lesser trauma, lesser hospitalization stay, and lesser blood loss. Please. Out of 3.9 million general surgery surgeons, only 1.5 million have on this new technique, still a gap of 2.4 million surgeons, and that is due to the lack of training or expensive training too late. So we offer two distinctive products for two different surgical techniques. One is the Heavy Virtual Reality Trainer for conventional laparoscopy, and the second one is a Heavy Robotic Trainer for robotic-assisted laparoscopy. These are the three details which are already in the market. One is Promise and Lapsim are providing the laparoscopic trainer for conventional laparoscopy, and the DV trainer is providing the robotic-assisted surgery trainers. And next.
Syed, where are these companies based, and what are their vital statistics?
Promise is CAE is located in UK and US as well, and the main product of CAE is not only the Promise, that is a Bosch trainer for laparoscopy, dealing in all kind of limbs and other training tools like life case and all other stuff, anesthesia training, stitching training, and all that stuff. Lapsim is dedicatedly working on the virtuality trainer for the laparoscopic surgery. And EV trainer provides the training solution for the Da Vinci surgical robot. I'm sure you have heard about that. The robot which operates the surgeon. It's the only surgical robot which is specially available in the market and is performing surgery.
I see. So the Promise and DV Trainer are basically medical device companies that are providing training on their device, and Lapsim is a direct competitor of yours.
And since providing two different kinds of solutions, one is virtual reality trainer for conventional laparoscopy, and for the conventional laparoscopy trainer, the competitors are Promise and Lapsim. And for the robotic-assisted laparoscopy, our competitor is DV Trainer.
And the other two, Promise and DV Trainer, are not pure-play training companies. They are actually medical device companies, right?
No, they are providing the training too late.
Providing training, but their main business is equipment, and they provide training to help people to learn how to use the equipment.
Now, for case of Promise, they are providing different training solutions for surgeons in all kind of surgeries, anesthesia and everything. But the DVNR is dedicatedly providing a training solution for Da Vinci surgical robot.
Okay, right. Let's go.
It's a competitive landscape. You can see the Heavy Virtual Reality Trainer rules out everybody, the competitor, that is Promise and Lapsim, in terms of features. And we are offering this in just $13,000 in comparison to $60,000 and $50,000 of Promise and Lapsim respectively. Please.
$60,000 and $50,000 for their training, you were saying.
Their training solution, the whole product of training solution, they are charging.
What kind of certified? Is there any kind of certification involved?
For these kind of trainers, there is no such certification, except from Ministry of Health, or you can say from Society of Surgeons and all that stuff. There is no such certification for virtual reality trainer. The certification of FDA is not necessary. But
think of it from a hospital point of view or a patient's point of view. How do they know whether this doctor is really trained to do laparoscopy or robotic surgery?
This is being examined by their examining body. In the case of surgeons, is the FRCPS or fellow societies, which after graduating as a medical doctor, the surgeon or whatever the doctor go for specialization, they offer in a fellow school or college. and that's the responsibility lies on that body that examine whether the surgeon is capable enough of performing laparoscopic surgery or other surgery.
So, when a doctor comes out of school, from their medical school,
Yes.
and then there is a certain stage of technology, right? Technology is at a certain stage, and they learn the contemporary technology of that time. And the medical field is advancing continuously. Doctors need to continuously stay on top of new things and so forth. So you're saying that these schools like FTP programs and so forth, they have continuous testing, examining capabilities to keep people, make sure that people are learning what they should be learning and then practicing that kind of medicine. Is that what you're saying?
You say like this. If I give you an example of GMAT exam. In GMAT exam, the examining body is GMAT, and the student can prepare from any other coaching center or college or whatsoever. He can use any material for the preparation of GMAT. The ultimate result of the test is that the GMAT should be satisfied at the end of the day. In the case of surgeons, it is the body of surgeons body, the fellowship colleges. So they are making sure of it that the surgeon is now capable enough to perform a surgery at a certain parameter or a certain standard level.
Okay, sounds good.
This is the competitive landscape of just hold on, please. Robotic trainer. And you can see it has ruled out DV training and every parameter with low cost, and this low cost is achieved due to the cheap labor resources of Pakistan. Next, please. In imperative validation study, 75% of the surgeons rated our product best, and these surgeons, there was approximately 120 surgeons from all around the country, Pakistan, and they, for the first time we presented the two commercial product in comparison with our product, and they have rated in terms of usability and features rating, 75% of them have rated our product as best. Next.
You already have products in the market?
I haven't sold it yet.
What are they basing their ratings on?
Of rating, and there are certain features and usability and how a software is making a real look. It's a virtual reality software. You have simulated the internal anatomy of the patient and how much.
You have a product in the market based on which they're rating you. Have you product?
Any product, and what I'm saying is there are two commercially available products, that is Lapsam and Promise. In comparison to Lapsam and Promise, they have rated our product best.
How to rate your product if you do not have a product?
We have product.
That was my question. Do you already have a product in the market?
We have a product. We don't have yet sell the product, but we have a product with us, and we offered this training at our doorstep, and we collect a workshop of surgeons from all around the country, so that we can have a training workshop of laparoscopic surgery, so we can rate which is best product for training purpose.
Okay.
So this is the this part shows the number of surgical robots installed all around the world. We plan to start with Pakistan, moving forward to the South Asian countries, then to Middle East, followed by Europe and US. So, for the promotional activities, we plan to target conferences, trade shows, and distributions, and we have named and targeted some of them as well. Ages is a very prestigious laparoscopic surgeon conference in US. And the Health Asia is a very prominent health trade shows in Asia, and BioChina, which is also the prominent trade show in China, where from all around the world manufacturers and distributors come to exhibit their products. For distribution, we have targeted a distributor which are distributing the laparoscopic tower or distributing robotic surgery. And in this case, in Pakistan, we have AllMed, which is doing this thing. So for promotion, we are also approaching medical equipment manufacturers for white labeling. In this case, we have contacted Toshiba so we can sell their product and to Toshiba, and Toshiba can launch a product into the market by their name. Since Toshiba is working in bioimaging diagnostic, not directly working in laparoscopic towers, but the and B Brown are already in Pakistani market and they are selling their laparoscopic tower. And what we want is they just label our product and sell it with their own product. And this business model, and next please, this business model, and we have two revenue streams, that is one through product sale and second one is from the training workshop. And we have planned this week that we sponsor this event of training workshop from pharmaceutical companies or biomedical equipment companies and offer it to free cost on to the surgeons performing laparoscopic surgery. The cost involved. So these are major challenges. Okay, next please.
Sorry.
Next, please.
Next.
So these are the major challenges, Sramana, which I would like to ask you. How should we plan our go-to-market strategy for international markets, and what will be the legal issues and copyright issues in global market that we can have?
So, where are you getting the content from? What is the source of the content?
For content, sorry, come again?
Yeah, source of the content, the training material. Obviously, this is very specialized content. Where is that content coming from?
Yes, where is that content coming from? See, I'm a laparoscopic surgeon and a general surgery surgeon, and I'm performing a surgery in a 3D environment. I want to be a laparoscopic surgeon. So what will be the first advantage will be that I will move from general surgery to laparoscopic surgery. I am reducing my view from 3D environment to a 2D screen. So what challenges will I be facing for will be hand-eye coordination. That is how I will move the tool, and how will I move the camera, and what will be the depth perception. I don't know where exactly what is the Z position of the pen object.
What needs to be in the content? I'm asking you, where are you getting that content from?
Sorry, I get you. By content, what do you mean by content?
The material.
Material, that's what I'm saying. What challenges surgeons face, it's just like a video game. If he faces depth perception issues, we introduce an exercise that reduces his improves his depth perception issues. So what if he's right-handed and uses his left hand there? So we give him some certain exercises through which he can perform from left arm as accurately as he is performing with his right hand.
So who is designing the training material?
We have a team with us. We have a collaborating hospital, that is Holy Family Hospital. There's a full team of surgeons. There are 6 surgeons led by Dr. Asif, the renowned laparoscopic surgeon in Pakistan and US as well. So they are helping us out what challenges a surgeon face and what should be catered. And based their feedback, we design our exercises or whatever training material is.
worries me in all this is that this is critical stuff, right? Trying to train surgeons to operate on people. This is life involved. For you to be able to convince people that you are credible, you need to really put up a very credible front of who's behind this software. Real surgeons who are helping you design this, and how are they involved? Where is the fund coming from? It needs to be certified somehow or vetted by authorities who can.
Yes, they are.
If you're learning to do some programming, a lot of people can teach you, because if you make a mistake, heaven's going to fall. His life is not at stake. You need to present somehow you have the credibility and that you are teaching the right thing.
Yes.
That is why the source of the content and the training material and the authority of that content, you have to come up with strategies on how to defend the credibility of your product. Otherwise, nobody is going to be interested in working with you.
We have a hospital with us, as I have told you. But if we have some sort of certification from Ministry of Health or some college or training teaching hospital.
But if you want to go to the international market,
definitely we would have to.
Pakistani agency will not be adequate.
Yes, definitely for international market, I know we have to have for US we have to have a CE certification, and for the US market we have to have a third category level FDA.
Right. So as part of your go-to-market strategy, that kind of certification and validation that what this product is certified by whatever Royal College, I don't know what the certifying bodies are.
Yes.
You know that, but you need to get the right kind of certification, and then you're going to have to work with distributors in the market, value-added resellers and distributors in the different markets that you want to go into.
That's what the
delivery model. Is it a pure computer training? Is it something that requires a hospital setup for the training? Imagine that if you're going to train people on surgery, you're going to need to have some sort of a dummy hospital setup, right?
Yes, definitely. You know what? When a laparoscopic surgeon comes for a training, he already knows how to do open surgery. What he needs to do is he needs to learn how to perform surgery through the laparoscopic instruments and navigating a camera, and there are small teeny cameras, and he's having an internal view on a 2D screen. That's a big screen, and you see a 2 centimeter capillary of the 3 or 4 inch dia of 3 or 4 inch dia. So that's a challenges that a surgeon faces. We train him for the laparoscopic surgery, not for the surgery. I agree with you that we do to have a certification, some sort of certification from colleges, fellow colleges of surgery. So that, in the customer's opinion, there is reliability and they trust us.
Right. So we don't really tackle legal issues and copyright issues in this program. We really focus on market and business development issues. So you need to kind of get lawyer in on this. I am not an expert on legal issues.
Thank you.
All right. So going next, I believe Sidra was supposed to be in the room. Is Maureen, is Sidra ready to go, or should we move to Bill? Meanwhile, I see that some of you have started introducing yourselves in the public chat please do so. We want to know who you are, what are you working on, what kinds of projects, where you're dialing from, and how you heard of us. So there are a lot of people in the room. Please feel free to use the public chat to network and so forth. So, and introduce yourself. All right, we're going to go to Bill first. Sidra is not dialed in, it looks like.
I unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Perfect.
Okay, thank you. You can go to the next slide. Actually, what I'm going to be talking about today is Energon University. University is a unique initiative that's been in the making for, believe it or not, almost 39 years. Practical aspects of us putting it together have over the last 5 years. The goal of Energon University is to provide something extraordinarily necessary and needed right now for our planet. We're going a tremendous change in environment and our be able to manage our resources as relates to the growth of our population. And that we're needing to re-educate the entire planet, a massive effort to learn how to both exist within the regions of their environment and skills to be able to populate the jobs and get training that will be required so that we can rebuild our infrastructure as to how we manage our most crucial of resources. To that, we've brought together over the past 5 to 6 years over 150 doctorate-level educators and sustainable technology pioneers, some of whom are on this screen. I'm on there also, included myself. So you'd have a picture of me, but us folks are at the absolute forefront of our efforts in regards to renewable energy, food reduction, and every aspect of creating the food, energy, waste management, and water management that's hard to solve our problems. My please. Energy is a much larger concept than just education, but education is what we're talking about. It's a key aspect of it. Energy was created as a conduit and a entity to help provide the capabilities and the technology and the direction for governments, for villages, for groups and businesses around the world to reestablish a sustainable balance with their local environment. Recognized at a very, very early point in the process, from when I was 17 years old, I'm 56, was that adaptability long-term was going to be based on the ability of people to be able to make these changes and make these transformations in a way that was economically adaptable. You have to look to create change in a way that creates jobs, that expands economic development, and provides for pathways for people to improve their standard of living. If we achieve it that way, then it becomes reliant on subsidy and it becomes reliant on philanthropy. And as global resources become more precious, the cost of providing food and energy to our population increase as a percentage of what people have to pay to survive. The amount of money available to support these type of projects are going to go down and be reduced. So we can create a model that's actually profitable than what's less sustainable. You're not able to achieve adaptability. So anyway, that respect Energon I've spent a lifetime, and certainly Energon over the last 7 years, putting relationships with all of the different groups that are going to have a role in participating in solving this problem. Because you can't solve it by doing one thing. You have to do everything. And that's an ominous concept when you consider how complex the relationships have to be to solve this problem. But just providing technology won't work. Because we've had history that if you provide more food, all you do is increase the population. If you provide more energy, all you do is increase your population.
What is
our issue?
How to become a highly profitable organization?
We're going to be doing projects. Energon right now, as a company, as a corporate entity, and humanitarian corporation, and being a company that's end goal is essentially reestablishing sustainability on the planet, not just being profitable.
How do you make money?
Energon partners with 140 different countries around the world on projects. These projects are managing waste, are producing food through high-density agriculture, managing water supplies, and creating energy through energy projects. Part of the wealth that Energon has is that because we're doing this humanitarian effort, we've been able to bring on the support of the top technology companies on the planet, some of the technology groups, the folks that you are on the last page. Sapiens is a former.
Give me some examples.
I'm sorry. Can you back up? Can you back up a page? Is that possible? Or 2 pages? Thank you. Ruller on the left-hand side is probably the pioneer for integrated sustainable energy design in the built environment on the planet. Responsible for the 2 projects in the United States that have directly integrated wind turbines into buildings. The San Francisco Public, the San Francisco Public Utility Building, the Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation. Rich Yenza is the first appointed director for the Department of Energy at Brookhaven Laboratories for alternative energies. Brookhaven used to be just for nuclear energy, but then when they started to branch out in solar, wind, waste management, biofuels, that type of thing, Rich was put in charge of that. Those are our 2 technical directors. Jay Dinsky is a core partner for us. He's the founder of Origin Oil. Reve is one of the top algae scientists on the planet. Les Hamasaki is the former director and planner for the city of Los Angeles. And we have, again, these are a few of the pictures of people that I put up. We have many, many more people like this. So capabilities are unparalleled for any company on the planet into being able to access expertise and experience in being able to train people and educate them not only on what's currently being done and the experience of how that's been developed, but rather what's in the pipeline and what the future looks like.
Your business is a consulting business. It's not an education business, it seems.
No, our business, and this is what's hard for people to get their arms around, Sramana, what we're trying to do is create a central entity able to coordinate and enable development of infrastructure and around the world that is going to solve our problems with resource management and sustainability. And in order to do that, it incorporates a vast amount of contributing factors. It makes it very, very complex. But from that point, it's actually fairly easy. We're projects. Those projects are going to be extraordinarily profitable. All the projects we get involved with are going to either manage waste, water, energy, or food production, and generally a combination of those, all of those. And at the same time, we're setting up a parallel model for education and training that we self-finance and fund up and running with our projects, so that as we get grounded with projects around the world, we're making this education, the specific education, available to the general population. Okay? You can go ahead to the next. That's the perfect slide to be on. The reason this is back up to one slide. You want forward. Doing this is very simple. I think most people realize that the world now is changing, and that we're having major issues, particularly in places like India and Pakistan and in the developing world, but all over the world. The cost of commodities are going up, food prices, energy prices are increasing, and it's because we are not managing our resources properly, and because the way we're managing our planet and our lands and our resources and pollution, we're creating a situation where we're actually running out of resources. We're in the early stages of our food chain completely collapsing. And this is an opinion, but this is a fact. Amidst the capacity of our planet to support our population as a byproduct of providing all the food and water that we need for our population is going to be reduced to a fraction of where it is right now, because we're in our oceans, we're reducing our ability to be able to raise agricultural products by diminishing our phosphorus reserves, our bees dying, our soils are being diminished in nutrients. There's a million reasons. By 2025, 65% of the world's population is going to be on water supplies that have inadequate supplies of water. So they're not able to, they're not have potable water. Either they have too little water or their water is going to be polluted. going ahead to this side and just glossing over that courses are going to be designed to explain to people and train them in the skills and then provide access to the technology and the infrastructure to solve these problems on a global basis. And is a for-profit company and a for-profit corporation. However, our goals are essentially the same as a not-for-profit organization. The reason the for-profit model is so they're not going to be, eventually we'll be able to be self-funding, be able to decide where and when and how we implement change and infrastructure change. It's a matter of subsidy, if it's a matter of philanthropy, you're always waiting for a handout in order to be able to do these projects. And so the survival of our species and the survival of our planet anywhere near in the form that we currently experience is at risk. We needed a mechanism for being able to initiate these changes and them rapidly without constriction of folks that have either political motives or financial motives behind them. Is hoping to accomplish three things. Are trying to develop a global workforce to support regional infrastructure development, as is necessary because right now our populace does not have the skills to make the change that are required. We're going to general education to the local population so that they understand how to live in balance with their finite nature of their resources and their environment. And this is cool because we have to re-educate our society right now to be not more productive, but to be more efficient in the way they use their business and homes. And this education has to be readily accessible to everybody. We're anticipating that many people will be able to pay for it, but those who are going to be able to pay for this education, it'll be available for free. And if that in a second. And probably most importantly, is that work as a mentoring group for local leaders and politicians so that they understand the step-by-step methodology for supporting economic development and what fosters their rebuilding of their infrastructure in a way that fosters environmental stewardship. Next, please. We're going to offer a combination of live and archived online courses, lectures, and recorded materials. And we'll support that by every project that we develop around the world with our partners, the groups that we work with, by setting up university annexes, which will be a combination of materials. First of all, wherever projects are being done, will serve as a teaching facility. Secondly, set up computer bases and community outreach situations so that folks will be able to come in and start to learn. And this is going to be wonderful in the developing world, because what we're going to do is we're going to take people right now who are just scraping by. We're going to provide the food for families. We're going to provide education and a pay for them for individual productivity. Because we really don't have a problem with food right now, or energy, or waste management, polluted atmosphere. Those aren't the issues. These are that we have a consumer population that's not productive. And we have to power individual human productivity, massive scale, in order for us to be able to turn things around. But it has to be done with the concept that as we develop, we don't exploit our environment and our finite resources, and do it in a way where we learn how to work together. You know, aside from energy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just stop you there. I think we understand, as a group, I think we understand what your vision is. I don't see the business plan of how this is going to happen. You're going to solve the entire world's problems, but I don't see a business plan here. I don't see how, a business does not start with $1 billion in revenue, right? A business, actually, where we focus on is how to build a business from, block by block, brick by brick. I just don't see a game plan here. So I
understand.
Welcome to come and present something that is a more granular business plan. That's worth discussing. For us, this level of 30,000-foot vision slides is not really worth discussing, because that's not what we do. Even building businesses, this forum is about building businesses.
When it suggested to me that, anyway, this last page was going to be the description of that, but when it was suggested to me by Hans Lachtekon, I wasn't sure what the point or the purpose of the forum was. And I'm glad that you're mentioning that. I mean, we do have a business plan as to how we're doing that, but the business plan is what I laid out. Actually, what we're going to be doing, and essentially what we're about right now, is getting corporate sponsorships for what we went on. We did an initial crowdfunding campaign, but actually just to announce to people that we were confident in what we were doing and give them an idea of what the purpose was of our company. We're anticipating we're going to be able to get self-funded on it. But I understand what you're saying. And this is planned.
It's like, you want to change the world and you want to solve every problem, every environmental or sustainability problem in the world. That is not a discussion that is worthy of this forum.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time. If I back on again, it'll be with an actual business plan. Okay? Thank you, Sramana.
You're welcome. So up next.
Hi, this is Mitra. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. We actually have this business plan which starts with actually titled as Entrepreneur Pivot. This includes an entrepreneur venture where we will be making an online portal that will be registering the entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, people who've already invested, who are thinking of expansion or probably divestiture or something like that. So moving to the next slide. So our portal is actually going to be providing a lot of services, which I'll be telling you about a bit later. But as you realize, you would be realizing that we have a market need for this thing because there are a lot of businesses that are failing right now in Pakistan because people do not have the resources, do not have adequate information as to how to go about their businesses. They just have an idea and they're not facilitate in terms of how to furnish their idea, how they can better execute it. So they do not have access to mentors and people who can actually provide them monetary funding. They don't have an awareness of how the industry is performing, how they can reach the market, how they can perform well against their competitors. At the right time, if you want to contact a good mentor, you have to go because not a lot of mentor and a lot of people readily available for mentorship in Pakistan. So high travel costs are involved. There's a lot of communication issues because getting in touch with mentors and getting the required mentorship, that is difficult if you're living here. So moving to the next slide. So what is the market need for this product? Our value proposition is basically we will be actually registering entrepreneurs on our portal. We have this website which we've already made, which we've actually been working on for the past 3 months. And on our website, what we'll be doing will be a portal where we'll actually be recording data. We'll be having a database of investors as well as mentors. Where are investors or are entrepreneurs who are thinking of emerging with business ideas. They'll remain updated with how the industry is performing, the rapid changes in the industry. They'll be getting mentorship as how they can improve their idea, how they can enhance its relevancy, and how they can find people who can fund them, how they can find better resources, how they can make their idea more worthwhile, more credible, and more appealing, and how they can find the right target market for their product. So when we did this market research, we realized that there are 9.1% of Pakistan's population that is actually interested in entrepreneurship. So we have a target market size of about 9,387,465. Internet user entrepreneurs are about 17.3%. That is about 600,000. So our total market size is about 1,600,000 people all throughout Pakistan. The places that are involved in this business are people who are thinking of having small startups. Mentors, we already have some mentors on board, which I'll be telling you about in a while. And we are thinking of getting in touch with investors. So next slide, please. So what are the benefits of having this entrepreneurship portal? You can actually develop on your business models. Most of the people, even when we were we were working for this entrepreneurship competition that was actually an event, which is actually an national business challenge. So when you're working with other people and when we actually presented our ideas, so there were a lot of people who presented their ideas, and when we realized that a lot of people have great ideas, but do not have the knowledge as to how to present them in a better manner, how they can, go about sustaining their idea, and, because most business plans will remain in their infancy stage, and they do not progress to the growth and maturity phase of the life cycle. So you can actually meet experts and mentors from your relevant industry, wherever you actually think of. You can have online Skype sessions with them. You can have timely industry updates as to how the industry is doing. Wherever, for example, if you're working in if you have a shipping plan or something, you can actually get in touch with how shipping is doing, its stocks, etc. And then you have vast investor base to push more too. We are thinking of getting sponsors on board, and once we have people who can provide the required sponsorship, we'll be actually thinking of providing monetary funding as well to our investors. The next slide, please.
So, what's in it for the mentors?
Okay, mentors. The people have as mentors right now. There are 3 people, and all 3 of them have actually decided to provide their services for free for now. But then what we'll be doing is we'll be charging our entrepreneurs for on a monthly basis. It will be well funded. It will be 1,000 PKR per month. So from that we'll be paying the mentors, and we have actually decided that we're going to be paying mentors a nominal amount initially, but then according to the services, as per the services that they're providing, we might actually extend their, and a lot of people who I got in touch with, they were saying that mentorship, people actually do mentorship for repute, for goodwill, and it's they do mentorship for making money out of it.
Yeah,
so that's...
There are lots of experiments around the world to mentoring networks, and mentoring networks do not scale. So you need to go to our YouTube channel, and there's a video called "Why Don't Mentoring Networks Work?" Why does it not work? And go to look at it.
Okay. As for our business rollout plan, we have, as I already told you, that we've actually been working on a website for pretty long, so almost done. And we have this. We are actually in the process of making a database where we'll be recording data for investors so that we can keep track of them.
I gave you a fundamental piece of fact. You need to pay attention to that and not just rattle off your presentation, because I'm giving you something very fundamental.
So you want me to go to this?
Do not work.
Okay, so you want to go to this website right now?
No, I'm giving it to you as a reference. You need to go check it. But right now, I was about to give you more feedback on that. Especially the assumption that mentors are willing to mentor for free and they're available and so forth. This is a completely flawed assumption. Your business plan, your entire business is based on a flawed assumption.
Okay. Yeah, but then what we are thinking of doing right now is we have only acquired mentors who are readily available. We're actually planning to get more mentors on board. Obviously, we need to pay them. So that we're thinking of, after probably 2 or 3 years, we'll be getting better mentors on board once we get the required sponsorship. Because we have some partners with us. For example, there are 4 or 5 people who have their entrepreneurial ventures working. Then they've decided to get in touch with us, and they will be working with us. So what we have planned is that we actually get in touch with more mentors once we start doing well. So yeah, that we can get in more money then. I wanted to ask you,
this idea is not viable because I've seen many versions of this in different places, and it's a fling idea. Take a look at the YouTube channel. And I gave you the information about the YouTube channel at the beginning of this session. Maureen can give you in the public chat. Go and take a look at the discussion on why don't mentoring networks work.
Alright, I have a lot of questions.
I mean,
like, are you like?
You studied that.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's it. Okay. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time. These are the partners that we.
Do attention to that discussion in the YouTube channel, because you're basing a business plan on a flawed assumption that mentors are willing to mentor for free. This is
I get your point.
There are
yeah.
few people who do, but most people will not give you the time.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Bye.
So for those of you who want to call in, here are the call-in instructions. Just let us know in public chat. I know Diogo Santos wants to call in. Here are the call instructions on your screen. Maureen has put in the video that I am referring to on the YouTube channel, so you should take a look at that and really understand the points there. Do you call in if you want? Anyone wants to call in, just let us know in public chat. If you present with slides the way you've heard other people presenting today, you will need to book a slot. You need to register, send your slides to Maureen, and kind of book a slot ahead of time. If you want to just have a quick chat right now, you're welcome to call in. All right, I'm going to spend some time explaining to you. You guys can sort out your technical issues with Maureen in public chat while I spend a few minutes talking to you about how to use the 1M1M program. I saw a bunch of questions in public chat on how you can make a transition from your job to entrepreneurship and how do you develop your idea and so forth. Let me explain to you how to use the program to accomplish those goals. By the way, if you like what we are doing, what 1M1M is doing, please refer the program to entrepreneurs. So, your exploration of 1M1M begins at 1mby1m.com. That is our website, and that is where the entire virtual incubation program that we offer is hosted. The mission is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million and beyond in annual revenue, and build $1 trillion in global GDP and 10 million jobs. The thing we offer, which is completely for free, is our blog. And you will need to, basically, trying to learn about entrepreneurship. One of the first places where you should spend immense amounts of time is in that blog, because it is a heavy content, heavy learning material venue where that has over years taught a lot of people a lot of things. The blog has been around since 2005. Also, the Entrepreneur Journeys book series starts to synthesize some of our lessons that we learning from experienced entrepreneurs and imparting to aspiring and practicing young entrepreneurs. We have a first level of synthesis available in form of a book series of which we've published 4 volumes. And those are available as the Entrepreneur Journeys series, available on Amazon and Kindle internationally, and also Flipkart in India, I believe. So bootstrapping and positioning are 2 cornerstone elements of the program that we run, of the 1M1M methodology, and we published a volume each dedicated to those topics. Now, the blog is at sramanamitra.com. It's also accessible from 1mby1m.com under the tab blog, like that. This is what it looks like. You will see a bunch of videos that are actually also on the YouTube channel. These explain to you what we do, what is the philosophical premise behind 1M1M, and answers a lot of your questions. So we kind of set up the website to be a place where you can use for self-discovery. You can go your questions right there. There are tons of FAQs, and you get to know the program and decide whether you want to join the program or not on your own. And we don't really want to push you. We want you to be self-motivated. You can't be a successful entrepreneur unless you're heavily self-motivated. So we expect that you will determine you want to participate in the 1M1M program or not, also on your own. And that's why we've made so much material available to you. Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, we do these roundtables. Roundtables are free. We talk to somewhere between 3 to 7 entrepreneurs in interactive mode, and the rest of the room listens in public chat. We have had thousands and thousands of people attending these sessions, and as you tell, it's been a very popular program in the entrepreneurship development ecosystem of the world. And book your slot to do a presentation like you heard Sidra do, or Ayaz do, or Bill do. You're going to need to go to the free public roundtables tab on top navigation bar of the screen, and you find both the schedule of the roundtables as well as registration links where you can book your slot for presentation. On top, we have the premium program. The 1M1M premium program offers you extensive methodology guidance of exactly how to put one foot before the other and build your business. We actually don't operate in this hand-waving 30,000-foot level. We operate very much at a pragmatic, roll your sleeves, rubber meets the road kind of mode, and we want to be able to build a business and generate revenues and profits. This is the premise. The philosophical premise of 1 million by 1 million is entrepreneurship equals customers, revenues, and profits. Finding is optional, exit is optional, everything else is optional. However, you have to build a business that has customers, revenues, and profits so that you can be a sustainable entity. This is essentially the premise of the program, and we give extensive methodology guidance on exactly how to build a business using an online curriculum. I'll talk more about that in a moment. We also give you extensive strategy consulting, similar format as this, but we have private sessions for our premium members. And we also help you with business development. We have an extensive network, so we connect a lot of dots to customers, channel partners. Help you with financing. If you are a fundable company, not every company is fundable, and you don't have to be fundable, or you don't have to go out to raise financing to be able to use the program. We have lots of self-financed entrepreneurs who are building their businesses on their own. That's fine too. But if you want to raise financing and if you are a fundable business, we will teach you everything about financing. When ready, we will introduce you to investors. We also have a lot of clout in the media. We've heard from entrepreneurs, early stage entrepreneurs for a time that they have real difficulty getting any kind of coverage. Now, coverage is, basically reserved for people who have big funding announcements. However, every entrepreneur needs to get out there and tell their story so that their customers learn about them and can get visibility in their market. So we use clout in the media to give you lots of visibility and coverage so that you can meet that challenge that early stage entrepreneurs are facing. If our website, the Miller Club article or series of posts will introduce you to a bunch of our members who have already crossed $1 million or on the way to cross $1 million. We offer you a full ROI analysis quantifying the 1M1M value equation. We provide $375,000 plus 5 to 10% of equity worth value for just $1,000 annual membership fee. And there's no concept of graduating from the program. You can continue to use the program for as long as you want to. We have companies that are well beyond $1 million in revenue but are still using the program because the program has a lot of the business building and consulting kind of frameworks which is not available anywhere else. And we'll give you lots of orientation material on how to use the program effectively. If you use the program the way it is designed to be used, you can extract tremendous value, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of value. Now, I recommend that you use the 1M1M self-assessment, which is a link on the top navigation bar. It is a 9-point questionnaire that allows you to use to calibrate your business and assess yourselves. The advantage is that these are the kinds of questions that you need to answer to be able to achieve business success. If you're going out for financing, for sure, people are going to ask you these questions. So you need to answer them satisfactorily. And see that you have knowledge gaps. We have provided you with curriculum modules over there as well. Now, the curriculum modules, however, are accessible only if you're a premium member of the program. 1m1m.com is our website. Again, everything more about the premium program, what to expect from the premium program, video FAQs, all this are available on the website itself. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about how we've developed the curriculum and how we teach this program. Do not think that this program is being taught by just Sramana. This program is being taught by over 600, at this point, over 600 entrepreneurs, and every year we bring on another 150 entrepreneurs whose stories and whose experiences are being accumulated and distilled to teach you what you're learning. What CC done is, for a long time, since about 2006, we've been developing case studies. We've invited over 600 entrepreneurs, thought leaders, experienced people who have built sizable businesses to and tell us their stories of how they have built their businesses. Brick by brick. Real focus on the early stage where the bulk of our mission is focused, right? We are focused on getting you off ground to 1 million and beyond. But it is one of the most difficult periods of an entrepreneur's journey is that 0 to 1 million phase, where we have spent a lot of time, building the business, building curriculum material so that you can learn how to do that, and you can learn it from hundreds of successful entrepreneurs who have traversed that path before you. And we heard those case studies, and of course, we've also done 186 of these kinds of mentoring sessions, and we have new mentoring sessions, also 300 of these mentoring sessions in our program, which are much more in-depth sessions. We have a deep idea about what kinds of issues you are grappling with. So we've translated your issues, the kind of issues early-stage entrepreneurs face, and how experienced entrepreneurs have addressed those issues. We've put those two together, and what is the 1M1M curriculum. It is really excess of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs that have been synthesized to teach you what you need to learn, and it's delivered in form of video lectures and case studies. You'll find the curriculum delivered as a core section which covers 7 major topics: bootstrapping, positioning, sizing, customer validation, financing, customer acquisition, and team building. The electives that we align with certain industry segments, and this is where we do the bulk of our work. Web 2.0 e-commerce, cloud computing and business solutions, outsourcing and consulting, mobile and social apps, online education, gaming. These are the areas in which we do the bulk of our 1M work. The methodology is lean, capital efficient, bootstrap startup. So even if you raise financing, we're going to put you through a very lean, capital efficient bootstrapping phase so that you can qualify for financing in a meaningful way. If you go out and do concept financing, that doesn't really happen at this point. So you're going to have to do some level of bootstrapping so that you can get to a fundable state. And in some cases, you will be bootstrapping your entire business. Either way, we will advise you in the right direction based on your business, your idea, and so on and so forth. Now, we do a lot of media coverage. So if you go to our press page, you will see a lot of our coverage, the coverage we have received, also coverage of our premium members. heavy duty coverage that we generate for our members, and people are benefiting tremendously all over the world because of the coverage that we generate. We'll give you full access to our social media channels. We have immense social media presence. At this point, we have over 8,500 Twitter followers, over 16,500 LinkedIn connections, 20,000 Facebook followers. Our Facebook page has over 5,000 likes. So we have a very extensive, and we have an email newsletter that is over 35,000 people. A tremendous amount of reach, and we give you access to that social media reach. And this is actually you can access this publicly, how to use the 1M1M Twitter channel. This also goes into Twitter, goes into Facebook and LinkedIn. If you study this module on our website, it's actually publicly available. You'll get a flavor of how we do the social media outreach and how we integrate social media reach and you leverage that. And it's constantly growing. Our reach is constantly growing. So this is another series that we do, 1M1M Incubation Radar. This is a series that a lot of investors are monitoring, a lot of customers, channel partners are monitoring. This is something where we profile your company, and you have to be in revenue, but Incubation Radar is below 1 million, Deal Radar is above 1 million, but we feed you in depth, and then this often serves as something that draws the attention of investors, customers, channel partners, and so forth. So we know how to get you out there, and that is something that is unique to our program, actually. Now, if you're an entrepreneurship development organization, maybe an incubator or a TIE or any kind of entrepreneurship development organization anywhere in the world, you're very welcome to partner with us. We have an affiliate program where we offer 10% on the premium membership fee. So it's a powerful program to build into local program, and we are doing this kind of partnership with many corporate partners as well as other entrepreneurship development organizations, including TIE. The roundtables are the upcoming ones are 12th, 19th, and 26th. So you'll have a chance to, use any of those. You can book your slot if you want to present, or just come and attend and learn. You learn a lot by just listening to presentations and interactions. And if you're looking for ideas to build, many of you are just coming to entrepreneurship and you don't really know what you're going to work on yet, and you don't really know how to build a business yet. So Vision in 2020 is a book that is a kind of idea generation book. I have published 5 of my own billion-dollar business ideas, and it's as business fiction, as if we're sitting in 2020, looking back on building these businesses. And by the way, this is not just India. Any of the developing countries would be able to benefit from it. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of attendance from Pakistan. Today, I believe there's a lot of people from Brazil. Actually, the kind of ideas in here are going to apply to any of the developing nations. To take any of these ideas and make them your own, morph them, steal them, whatever you want to do, but feel free to use them, and development will be happy to help you develop ideas within the program. I'll have the 1M1M incubator in a box. We enable anyone in any location in the world, around the world, whether a company, an angel organization, a VC fund, a government, a university, a college, a school, any kind of entrepreneurship development organization, you can plug in the 1M1M incubator in a box and develop or expand or extend your own incubator. And you get immediately deeply connected into Silicon Valley, because we are a Silicon Valley organization that operates globally. We are the only organization in the world that can operate in this mode at scale and globally. So if you care about your geography and you're thinking about how to develop a good program, a good incubation program in your geography, feel free to take the 1M incubator in a box and develop a program in your geography, and we'll be happy to work with you. So here are teleconference call-in instructions again. Anybody who wants to call in, please let us know in public chat. Please do not send me private messages. This discussion is a public discussion, so please cut and paste the message that you're sending me privately and put it out. Put public message, and I will be happy to answer. So while I do that, I'm going to read the message that you've sent me privately. My first and new business is an English club which aims at offering English not through grammar books, English as a tool for learning and a bridge for new experiences. In this club called Fast Walks, there are indoor and outdoor activities, conversation classes, radio talk show, research and development, etc. Outdoor activities, tennis class, photography class, blah, 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 blah. I would like to know how to get started with little money. I still don't have a physical place to operate. I thought about a partnership with some language exchange companies to work within their buildings because I still need a physical place, a room to provide my indoor activities. So, my suggestion would be either you come and present your business, the format that you saw other people presenting today with slides, and I will be happy to spend 10-15 minutes giving you direct feedback on that business. Or if you really want to cut your process of learning how to build a business short, go join the 1M Premium program, and you will get a complete guide. It's almost like an MBA program to learn how to build a startup. So start a company, how to build a company, block by block, right from the beginning, and how to get customers, how to put everything together. And we will have extensive interactive coaching as well in the program. So that will be my guidance. You have two options. One is if you want a free help, you need to come back here in one of the follow-on sessions and present your concept and present. I can give you feedback on what you're trying to do based on your questions. And if you want to take advantage of the program, I suggest that you go ahead and join the business in the 1M Premium program. Now, if you have questions about the Premium program, Maureen, if you could, Irina is in the room. Nonetheless, one of you please put in Irina's contact information, phone number. Yeah, Irina is in the room. So if you could put in your information, email, Skype, and phone number. Irina Patterson, folks, is your contact. You can call her, you can Skype with her, you can email her, and she will help you evaluate the program and answer your questions on how to join the program. And to take any other questions, if you want to use the public chat, make sure you set up the public chat such that you send to all participants and not just to me privately or to Maureen privately. Irina has put in her Skype information, Irina_Patterson. Her phone number is 786-301-2456. She's based in Miami, Florida. So she's Eastern time, American time, basically, American Eastern time. And her email address is irina@1m1m.com. I recommend that you send her email and set up a time for talking to her. Raj Mehra is asking, do you have the presentations to review? Yes, Dawa will have a recording of this session will be available on the blog as well as in the YouTube channel. So every presentation, and if you are interested in previous presentations, every single recording is available in the YouTube channel. So there's session after session worth of presentations available on the YouTube channel. Welcome. Any other questions? Anybody wants to call in? The instructions, call-in instructions are on your screen. Any other question, comment? Where are you calling from? What are you working on? What projects are you doing? Hear about 1M1M? No? Introductions earlier. says, I'm very much interested in the tea business. I read your story about Darjeeling tea. I'm very much interested in doing something like this. Sort of business one can do on their own. There are ways to do it on your own. Basically, you're going to have to get one tea lounge going. If you remember, these are tea lounges, right? So if you have to get one tea lounge going and to prove your concept that it's working, and you're going to have to bootstrap. Once you're working concept, then you can actually get financing. If you look at Starbucks, for instance, that's how they did it, right? Starbucks Peet's Coffee and Tea. There's a new one. There's a tea lounge actually called Samovar that we have seen in San Francisco. I don't know if I don't know where you're based, Sheena, but there's Samovar tea lounge concept that I've seen developing. There's I don't know if there are tea lounges in Toronto, but there are retail and restaurant kind of concepts. Typically, you have to have a pilot, prove that a pilot works, and kind of get the numbers and everything worked out and the logistics, and then you can go and raise money to scale it. That's how these retail chains work. Certainly, you could do one tea lounge and make it a highly profitable business and build it up and just do one small tea lounge, and that's also a fine business as long as it's structured right and as long as it's profitable and so forth. So depends on who you are, what your aspirations are, what is the scale of your aspiration and so forth, and accordingly you need to put your pieces together. If you want to call, other line, did you call in already? Here we go. You have the call-in instructions on the screen. Sramana, I've been on your mailing list and know you from your past at Redwood Ventures. I've mentored lots of early-stage pre-fund companies and agree with your basic philosophy. Great. That's great to see you again, Dhaval, virtually, and glad you're in agreement. Any other questions, comments? I'll pull up a bit and see. We've already heard from you're working on an English training experience kind of business. Mahesh Nayar, training space, new project, book my trainers. Sanjay Vankure from Portland, Oregon. Sanjay, your business. What are you working on? Current idea and big data that you're working on. I've done 2 startups so far. I've been mentor and judge to startup competitions before and done some company due diligence. I see. Okay. Who else is here? Are you dialed in? Should one start a tea business without startup funds? Basically, all businesses have to be started with either your own funds or friends and family, and trapped to a point where you can attract professional investors. That's pretty much the lay of the land. There's no around it, so you're going to have to figure out how you assemble your startup funds. As Abdul Sramana, we are working on an IT products and services business. We are feeding services revenues to build products and thus bootstrapping. Excellent. Bootstrapping using services is a proven methodology. We use that extensively. We have tons and tons and tons of success stories using that model. So great. Keep going. From India, training and education space for a decade. Have been keen to mentor startups. I got to know your details through some blogs and was quite happy to see the kind of work you do. I should have got access to this 10 years back. Would have built my first company in lesser time than I took. Yes, that is exactly why we are doing this, Mahesh. I have the exact same feeling. I started my first company as a graduate student at MIT. And I didn't know what I was doing because I was a computer scientist. I didn't have any business background. And remember, when I was graduating from MIT, it was 1995, into the just starting to happen. So all the resources that you guys have available now, we didn't have all that. So we kind of had to learn and made a lot of mistakes, which could easily have been avoided if something like 1M were available at that time. So that's exactly why I started this program. Are there investors you think that would be interested in doing something? Well, I'm telling you, you will need to bootstrap and get to a proven concept before you can get any investors to engage with you. The only kinds of investors who are going to work with you in a pre-validation mode are investors who know you. So it's your friends and family, friends, former colleagues, people who know you and who are interested in partnering with you, betting on you, whatever. You do crowdfunding. If you have a T-Launch concept for Toronto, for instance, you could try to crowdfund it with the Toronto community and get them to participate. But I can't say that you can attract formal, institutional investors without a validated model. You don't know how to make a call? The instructions are on the screen. Why don't you know how to make a call? You pick a phone and you make a call. What's complicated about that? Please, you're most welcome. Or most welcome to join the program and use its resources. We have pulled together an extensive amount of resources, so it's here for you to use. And the more you use it, the more you can scale it. And the point of the program is so that you can cut short, circuit that learning cycle. You're going to have to do your own investigation. We don't share any more details. You can talk to Ina and work with her on evaluating whether you want to join the program or not. Everything is on the website. So if you just spend time on the website, okay, registration link Irina can send you. Irina, if you could please make a note and email Mahesh. He has shared his email here. If you can just send him the registration link, that would be great. Asking what sort of initial investment do you think would be sufficient to start the first T-Lounge? You should go model the T-Lounge concept. Think through what you need to do to get Lounge going. Think through what kind of positioning you want to do. Is it a high-end positioning? Is it a mid-range positioning? What kind of furniture do you want to put in? How expensive is the furniture going to be? What kind of tea do you want to source? Is it going to be really high-end tea? Is it going to be mid-range tea? Mostly, go look at a concept called Samovar Tea Lounge. I don't know where else it is, but I know it's in San Francisco. We have 3 or 4 of these Samovar Tea Lounges in San Francisco. Look at that. Figure out what kind of food you're going to serve and start costing it out. You're going to need to create your own business plan. I can't give you the details of those. The Darjeeling chapter of the Vision India 2020 book does some of these concepts. So you're going to have to use that to flesh out your full financials. Nazar Abdul is asking, Sramana, is it correct to expect some level of product marketing strategy and support from the 1M program? Absolutely. That's where we absolutely excel. There are very few programs that is going to teach you strategic marketing and product marketing. And that's where we absolutely excel. Background, so you can even, that is where the program really shines. Any other questions, comments? No questions, no comments? Planning to still call in? Should we hear from you? The same format. Mahesh is asking, is there any personal one-to-one mentoring also part of the program? The format of mentoring is exactly this, what you hear. There are a few differences. One, it's members only. Only members get to access our private mentoring sessions. And the other thing is, by the time you come to a mention in the program, the premium program, you benefit of the curriculum, helping you tackle a lot of the basic issues. So when you come to the mentor session, the mentoring session, you asking much more sophisticated questions. So the discussion levels are much more sophisticated. And in the curriculum also, you can ask questions. Let's say you're working on positioning. And you're working with the positioning, you're working on segmentation. You can all your segmentation questions in the section in the discussion area of the module, the video lecture and the case studies for positioning. You can also come to a mentoring session and ask your segmentation question specifically regarding your positioning during the mentoring session. See, let's say you're working on TAM analysis and you have created a bottom-up TAM model based on what you've learned in the curriculum. You can share that model in the curriculum area, discussion area, and I will give you feedback. And then if you want to have further discussion, you come to the mentoring session and review whatever you want to review and ask questions. So that's how we leverage the curriculum, discussion area in the curriculum, and the interactive mentoring like this, the WebEx calls where we have the mentoring sessions. That's the structure of the mentoring program. He's not calling now, but will be ready with the presentation in the next meeting. Fantastic. Make sure you book your slot, and Maureen will send you the instructions on how to participate in the presentation. Thanks. Is there a demo of first full session, video, case study, discussion, etc.? The first full session. I'm not sure what you're asking. Not publicized. Private sessions are private, so they are available. All the recordings are available in the lounge, but not available publicly. You can call by Mahesh for further questions. You can Irina. Questions from Irina. And then says perhaps you're asking for a sample of the video curriculum. Remember, I showed you the Twitter, this one. How is the 1M1M Twitter channel? This is an example of a video. If you scroll down to the bottom of the website, this is available publicly. So it gives flavor of the way we use video and slides. And we don't case study here because this is not a case study based module. It's a service module, but normally we have case studies also alongside the videos. So it's pictures with video and slides and then case studies at the bottom. That's how the program is structured. You'll get a feel for it through this module. Thank you, Maureen. We're out of time. It's 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is normally our closing window. So we'll see you back here next week. Please come back with your presentations, your questions, and we will have further discussions. And I look forward to having you here again back. Bye. Good luck with your businesses.